Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Build a House from Plans. So we're right where we left off pretty much. I decided to give up on the living room and went to the breakfast room. So just picking out some wallpaper for in there. And I went with a creamy color and white again. A little bit different of a creamy color, I think, than the kitchen. But I can't say for sure, so... it is a different wallpaper though. It's got like some more embellished, whatever that word is. Molding. That would be the word. And now I'm gonna pick out the dining room. I do end up changing the color later when I furnish, but for right now, this is what I picked. I went all white. And now I'm going to go around and change the interior color of all the windows so that they're white, most of them anyway. Just kind of make it look a little bit more airy inside, I guess. I don't really have a reason, honestly. But I just decided that white would look better inside. So yeah, in the last video I did say that this was going to be 2 parts, but it's actually going to be 3 because I went and put together the rest of the video for the second one, and it ended up being an hour long. So I decided to split it up even more, and I'm going to upload these all in the same day. But that doesn't mean you have to watch them all at once. You can watch one today and watch the next one in like a week or whatever. I just think it's easier that way than you having to sit down to watch an hour-and-a-half long video, and easier on me because I don't have to wait for YouTube to upload that long of a video, which would be ridiculously long. Although I have noticed that the upload times have gotten shorter, so I don't know. It could just be my imagination, but I feel like they've gotten shorter. So now I'm going back into the living room and trying to decide what I want to do. I end up going with just a kind of paneled molding type thing. I think what it is molding and then a chair rail, I think, is what I end up. I was trying to get this peach and blue color to work, but I couldn't get the colors the way I wanted them. Oh, I gave up on it, so never mind. We'll get back to that. The bedroom, or, well, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm so confused right now. It's been like 5 days since I did this. Okay, so I guess we're going with this. Yeah, so I picked this yellow color. I ended up deciding that I really liked this picture of a living room that I found. And so I pretty much mimicked it completely. Now we're going to do the bedroom. I can't tell you guys, the bedroom was the easiest room to do. Like, I don't know, I didn't like pre-plan an idea of what I wanted, but it was as if I knew what I wanted all along when I started doing the bedroom. It was really weird. So, just gonna pick a pattern, and I end up going with this one because I really like it for Art Deco. Once you change the colors on it, I think it looks super nice. So that's what I picked. Now I'm going to, I don't know, I really am lost. Oh, doing the other 2 bedrooms. This is going to be the baby's room, and originally I did 1 pink room and 1 blue room, thinking, well, if we have a girl or a boy, we're set. But I ended up changing this blue room from a nursery to something else. And so we just have a baby girl's room, and I mean, if she has a boy, then I can change the colors and everything. It's not a big deal. Now I'm darkening the flooring a little bit, just to make it look a little bit nicer, at least I think anyway. I really like the way it came out. Again, I think it's cool. So I'm going to go through and darken all of those up. I don't know why I did it this way. I could have done it a much easier way, but at the time, this is what made sense, I guess. So yeah, deleting everything, putting it back in with the new color. I tend to, I don't know, I feel like a lot of times I do things the hard way and make stuff harder on myself than it should be, but that's just me. Maybe I did it that way so I could remember how I had the pattern. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know how my brain works. That's asking way too much of me to know how my brain works. So, yay, we're going to start furnishing. Start with the kitchen. And this stove is awesome. Don't get me wrong. But it kind of drives me crazy the way that it's made. If you put it up against a counter or a wall or anything, on the right hand side, it clips through. So I kind of had to put it over on that wall by itself. And I don't know if I like the way it looks, but I don't really have a choice if that's the stove I want to use. So yeah. The counters, I end up changing because they have this weird glitch where the corner pieces don't want to recolor, and actually they look like completely black for some reason. And it only happens with some counters for me. At first I thought it was custom content counters, but it happens with store content. It happens with like base games sometimes. It just depends. I don't know. I don't know how well this kitchen's gonna work because it's really narrow. I mean, there's gonna have to be like one person that cooks and everybody else stays out of the kitchen while they're cooking or something. I don't know. But yeah, I like the counters I picked anyway. I think that's the Edwardian counters. I'm pretty sure. And am I gonna delete that counter in the maid's room or just leave it there? I know I deleted it, but I left it there for a really long time. And yeah, I was trying to pick a trash can, and I hate all of the trash cans. They're really all crappy. So I just went with that one and made it look like it was woven. Like a wicker. And lighting. The first light that I picked was huge. I really like it, but it just seems so big. I ended up using it in the breakfast room. And I just used these lights in here. And looking back on it, I probably could have gone with like at least a brass instead of the silver. It would have matched in with the room better, but now I am doing something. I don't think I know what I'm doing. Oh, recoloring the lights in the bathrooms. Because I just didn't like that the base color that the lights are in. I don't like them very much. Now, I use this toilet in all of the bathrooms, and I have to, whenever I have Pearl move in, I have to go through and delete the overlays on them so it doesn't have that tacky floral pattern. But I really like those toilets. They're still fairly inexpensive, but they're nicer than the cheapo ones, and I think the style of them works best. I had a really hard time because I wanted a mirror, but I couldn't find one that worked, so I ended up using that one, which I end up using a lot because it's kind of fancy, so it works. I don't know. There's not enough good one-tile mirrors, I don't think. Put in the bathtub and the toilet and the sink. And I gave her, I don't know what mirror I gave her. Oh, I guess I gave her that one. I could have given her a big fancy mirror, but I didn't think that made any sense in the maid's room. Going on to Pearl's bathroom. Fancy tub. I couldn't, at first I couldn't figure out how to fit everything in right. I ended up just moving the tub around, but I couldn't put a mirror over the sink because if I put it right up next to the toilet like that, then I couldn't put the half wall up, so I had to move it over partly under the window. And I ended up using that sink instead because the other one kind of clipped through the window a little bit. And I recolored everything to match the tub, but I ended up going back and recoloring it to match the toilet instead. And trying to put a mirror in there, but no, lights were in the way. And the last bathroom, tub. I kind of went kind of cheap for the kids' bathroom. But, I don't know. I think it looks nicer than the maid's bathroom anyway. I kind of love that mirror. It looks like the one that's in my room at my mom's house. It's a little, I mean, it's bigger than that, but it's round and it hangs from a ribbon. Alright. So now I think we're going to decorate Pearl's room, which, like I said, went super fast. I didn't have anything decided before I started, but everything I put in there felt right, so. I had a little bit of trouble picking a bed, but I really love this bed. I can't tell what it's from, but it's a really nice bed. I used it in my legacy house too. And I went with a gray, like a painted gray, because at my job we have this bedroom set that is gray with glass on it, and it's kind of Art Deco looking. So I did that, and I used a dresser and some end tables that match to kind of get the feel of that set at work that I love so much. I love it. It's amazing. And I wish somebody would make it for The Sims. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. So yeah, I was like, this dresser is pretty awesome. I just need to recolor it. And I tried to make it look like it had mirrors on it, but I just used that dark metal. It kind of gives the illusion it just isn't reflective like it should be. But I think it looks okay. I could be totally wrong, but to me it looks good. I'm picking out the same end tables. I wasn't sure at first if there were end tables that matched, but then I found them. I think her room is awesome. It's definitely my favorite room in the house. The mirror. I went for this big, luxurious 3-way mirror. I love it. And I liked it in that corner, but then it covered up the window a little bit, so I moved it to the other side. I would love to have a mirror like that. I think they're so cool. I'm trying to figure out what to put in that corner now. End up with a palm eventually. Put some flowers on the dresser. There we go. And I'm like super anal about making sure that plants don't clip through the wall. It drives me crazy. I can't stand it. It even drives me crazy when I'm watching other people's videos if their plants are clipping through the wall. Not to the point that I comment on their videos and I'm like rude about it or anything, but it's just something that I see every time. So now I'm picking out lights, and I end up going with the Roaring Heights table lamps. They're not the best lamps in the world, but when I can't think of anything that would work for Art Deco, it's what I go with. I made them that dark metal so they weren't so dark, because that black's kind of harsh. And then I put up some curtains. I had a hard time with the curtains because nothing really was what I wanted. I feel like there's tons of curtains, but I can never find anything I like. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just too picky. I end up going with the lofty curtains and matching them to the bed. Except I think I change it so that it's like a white on white instead of the blue on blue. Yeah. And you can't really see the pattern unless you get up really close, but I know it's there, so that's all that matters. Now we're going to pick out something to go in that corner by the bathroom. End up doing 2 chairs and a table. It's kind of like a sitting area in the bedroom. I don't know. That's something that I saw like a while ago when Roaring Heights first came out. I looked at a lot of 1920s decor pictures, like actual ones from the 20s, and that's something I noticed a lot of was sitting areas in bedrooms. It's kind of strange to me, but whatever floats your boat. So I'm picking a pattern out. I had a little bit of a hard time picking a pattern for these. I don't know why. Nothing really excited me. I mean, what I end up with is okay, but it's not ideal for me. I feel like there's something else that would work perfectly. I just don't know what it is, if that makes any sense. I'm putting that gray paint on the wood part. And then I think I pick out a lamp. That should be my next step. Yep. And I was going to put that one and I was like, that looks awful on that little dinky table. So I picked out I don't actually know what it's called, but I call it the flame lamp. Everflow light. I thought that was pretty Art Deco-y looking. Maybe a little bit too rounded, but I think it's cool. And I was going to put a bench at the end of the bed, but I couldn't find one that would work. I like that one, that coffee table that looks like a bench, like a plush bench, but it didn't work for the style. So I put a rug under the bed. And I like the way it ended up. I think it looks cool. It breaks up the room a little bit with all the hardwood floor. I just love her room. It's so pretty. That's another thing that drives me crazy is you can't do solid colors on the rugs that have the borders because there's like this weird line between the parts. That drives me crazy. So yeah, now I'm gonna color everything white. Or maybe not. I do eventually. Yeah, here we go. I think I was coloring all of the hardware silver at first. Put a toilet roll in the bathroom. Trying to see if there's anything else I want to shove anywhere. Towel. I had a hard time deciding whether I wanted the hook to be white or blue. But the blue just kind of blended in with the wall. So I went with the white. I guess I could have done silver. That would have worked. I really should go in and change those lights though and make them silver. And I wanted to put the soap pump on the sink, but it was acting really weird, and like, you see how it's not all showing up? So I was like, screw it. Looking for decor. Oh, I wanted a shelf over the toilet for towels and such. It was giving me a hard time with move objects on. There we go. That looks good. Now we're going to do, I believe, the dining room. Possibly, no, the kitchen, I think. Yep, trying to pick out lights for the kitchen, or not kitchen, breakfast room, sorry. And I ended up using that really big light that I wanted to use in the kitchen. It fits a little bit better in here. I still think it's way too big though. It's a very strange light. And it didn't come with Island Paradise, so I don't know why it's so big. Because you know in Island Paradise they had some of those like 2-level giant lobby lights. But it's not one of those, so I don't know. And once again I was going off a picture, so I was trying to get a table that looked similar. And some chairs. I got as close as I could. I think it looks okay though. I had a hard time with wood pattern. I couldn't find anything that I really thought looked really great. It all kind of looks weird when it's put together. But I gave up. That one's okay. That's what I end up with. Picking my chairs. Yeah, I went with these. I think they're a little bit too, like, mid-century modern. But they'll have to do. Because I couldn't find anything that was similar enough to what I wanted. I went with a white on white kind of pattern on the seat. Now I'm trying to find something to put over in that other wall area. It's just kind of like a dead space where you can't put anything decent, so. Went with a hutch. And they end up with 2 hutches because I put one in the dining room too, but I didn't know what else to do. Like, there are sideboards, but I don't think they're like buffet sideboards like you would have in a dining room, so that wouldn't work. Trying to pick out some chairs. I really like this table, even though it makes me think of like an outdoor table. I think it's really good for 20s style Art Deco thing. And then the chairs with it, I think it looks good. This is where I was having a hard time deciding color-wise. At first I wanted to do blue, but then I was like, I have so much blue in this house. So I went with green. Honestly, it's a miracle that the living room is yellow because I really don't like the color yellow. But I wanted to use a lot of color, and generally my save colors are green, blue, pink, and purple. I don't like yellow and orange very much, so I'm trying to push myself. Now I am looking for something to put over there, which ends up being another hutch. If I can find it. Actually, at that point, I didn't know what I was looking for. I was just looking for something that would work. And these things, I don't know if these are shelves or lights or what they are. Do they have a purpose, or are they just white planks that sit there? I don't know. They're kind of strange. So I thought this hutch was a little bit more fancy looking, and I put the green at the back because I thought that looked cool. And we just need a light, and we're done with the dining room. Oh no, we do need curtains, but I don't think I do them immediately. Actually, yeah, I do the curtains for the the breakfast room and the dining room at the same time. Trying to pick out lights for the hallway. I was going to do these lights in the actual hallway and that one in the entry, but then I thought that was kind of stupid. I should use all the same ones, so that's what I did. And then I used them in the upstairs hallway too. So but yeah, that's about going to be it, guys. I will see you in the last part of the house build. Thanks for watching. Bye.